Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Welcome to our day one of Free Upcut Review. And this is brought to you by K-Pop Learning Corp. And we are thrilled to have you with us tonight. Hi, everyone. I am Nicole.
And hi everyone, I'm JC. We will be your host for tonight's event.
Actually, guys, we are delighted to see you all here today because throughout the upcoming segments, we aim to equip you with valuable tips and strategies to help you to ace your college entrance exams and also to prepare for college life.
Okay, so what exactly is in store for us today, Nicole?
Well, JC, we have an exciting lineup of speakers for our participants, and we will be also having alumni from University of the Philippines. And these are two alumni and two recent UPCAT passers will share their tips and experiences with us.
Yes, and that is exciting. But before we get to that, let's welcome Engineer Emmanuel Perez, the founder of Keep Up Learning, to give his welcoming remarks.
Hello. Hello. Okay. So hi guys. Good day. Good evening. Good evening everyone. So I'm Eman Perez. I'm one of the co-founders of Keep Up Learning. I graduated from UP way back in 2018. Pero just like everyone else here, I was once a hopeful high school student na pinapangarap maging ISCO or ISCA. And actually naalala ko when I was preparing for the OPCAT, hindi naman kasi ako yung honor student before. Sa totoo lang, marami akong subjects na ginagapang lang. And ano kasi ako nun, yung tipong hindi ko talaga nasusundan yung mga pag nagle-lecture yung instructors. So kailangan ko laging mag-self-study and sometimes inaabot ako mag-isa sa bahay, mag-isa nagsa-self-study hanggang madaling araw na. And alam nyo, yung tanging friend ko talaga nun is yung YouTube channel. So, kung kilala nyo si Khan Academy, isa siya sa mga YouTube channels na pinapanood ko talaga before. So, sila yung mga merong lecture videos available sa YouTube. And nag-explain sila ng concepts, ng math concepts, ng chemistry concepts. And ang ganda kasi ng explanation nila. Ang ganda ng presentation, ang ganda na pwede mong ulit-ulitin um, yung mga videos nila, pwede mong i-pause, pwede mong i-replay hanggat maintindihan mo yung concepts. Kaso, of course, hindi ka pwedeng mag-rely solely on it because hindi kompleto and hindi sobrang in-depth yung mga concepts na nandun. So naisip ko and some of my college friends, naisip namin, what if mag-offer tayo ng program na ganito? Pero better, much better, and it would fill the needs of the students better. So doon kami nagkaroon ng idea to create Kepap. In a few minutes, you will hear from our speakers and you will learn a lot tungkol sa um, pag-prepare about the OPCAT. And for the next week and the next week, you will learn valuable lessons specific sa subjects ng OPCAT coverage, namely sa math, language proficiency, science, and reading comprehension. And sa totoo lang, we are beyond this free OPCAT review. Meron pa kaming hinahandang mas in-depth and mas makakatulong talaga sa inyo sa review journey nyo. We created a full program named the ClipUp College Entrance Test Review Program. And we built this with you guys in mind. Because we know how hard it is to go through this alone. We have a replayable high-quality lecture videos ng buong coverage ng exam. And meron din kaming live sessions so that we can discuss techniques, shortcuts, and syempre, nandiyan din yung instructors natin who are available anytime through an open chat line. So, sa totoo lang, sana talaga merong program like this. I wish meron program like this before when I was studying for the college entrance test. And we co-founded this Keep Up Learning company in order to help students like you. Our first program was for the civil engineering licensure exams, and we have helped more than 1,000 students get their license to civil engineering. And now we have created this program to help aspiring college ISCOs and ISCAS to get in UP. So this time for you is very important. Napakahalaga talaga nitong time for you because it heavily influences yung magiging future nyo. And kaya here in Keep Up, we want to help you as much as we can and to support you as much as we can. So I do encourage everyone here to take advantage of this opportunity and let us help you get to your dream school.
All right. Thank you so much, Engineer Perez, for that wonderful speech. Wow. I actually love the fact that they were able, or he was able to highlight the advocacy of Keep Up, which is, of course, to help a lot of students, to help a lot of people in order for them to learn a lot about the things that they have to know about college entrance exams, about the things that they have to remember if ever they will be choosing a certain course or if they will be choosing a certain university. Of course, we want them to be aware on the things that they should know. So with that in mind, let's proceed to hear from our speakers. Without further ado, let's all welcome our first speaker, Ms. Therese Sandoval. Therese Sandoval is a Chief Operating Officer of Kipap Education. She graduated magna cum laude with a degree in BS Business Administration from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Let's give her a round of virtual applause.
Hi everyone. So I'm Therese Sandoval. So I was a 2019 UPCAT passer. I studied business administration in UP Diliman. I also graduated last 2023. So nung actually in-invite ako ni Emma na mag-speak dito, I thought of my previous journey nung ka-college entrance exam pa lang ako. So so ang kailangan nung naglo-look back ako nung nag-college entrance exam ako, tiningnan ko pa yung post dati ng nanay ko nung pumasa ako sa UP, sa Ateneo, tsaka sa LaSalle. So this was a pivotal moment for me kasi actually dati, hindi kasi ito yung first entrance exam na tinry kong puntahan or tinry kong i-take. Dati nag-take din ako ng Philippine Science High School entrance exam, tsaka Ateneo High School entrance exam. Pero hindi kasi ako nakapasa sa mga entrance exam na yon. So sobrang kabado na ako when college entrance exams came. Pero ayan naman, nagpursige ako at thankfully, nakapasa ako sa UP, sa LaSalle, tsaka sa Ateneo. Tapos lahat yan, mga first choice ko na courses. If di kasi kayo familiar sa college entrance exams, sa application, hindi kayo parating mapupunta dun sa first choice nyo. So, nakadepende kasi yan sa slots dun sa first choice nyo. So, syempre, if hindi kayo mapunta dun sa dream course nyo, mapupunta kayo dun sa second choice nyo. So, ayun. And then, so paano ko nga ba yan, paano ba ako nag-prepare? Iniisip ko kasi, gaano ba kahirap makapasok sa college, sa UP, sa Ateneo, sa LaSalle? Specifically, actually, sa UP, if you didn't know, nung time ko, 13% lang yung passing rate. And pinagmamasdan ko talaga nun yung mga senior high, yung mga batches before me. So yung mga seniors namin before, and ang dami sa kanila, honor students sila, pero hindi sila nakapasa ng UPCAT. Nasa private school din ako, pero hindi naman porket nasa private school, nakakapasa na din ng UPCAT. And ang dami kong nakilalang mga matatalinong students na mga kaklase ko, mga kaibigan ko na hindi rin talaga nakakapasa ng UPCAT. So, you have all these three things, honor student, private school student, tsaka smart student, pero hindi ka pa rin nakakapasa talaga ng UPCAT. Now, what does it really take to pass the UP college entrance exam? Well, for me, at least yung personal journey ko, this is what it took. So, ang sabi lang sa akin kasi ng father ko, test taking is really a skill na kailangan mo siyang hasain. Okay? So, hindi porket matalino ka, hindi porket honor student ka, makakapasa ka na. So, ayan yung mga ginawa ko. Meron akong 5 review books. Meron din akong 4 na review buddies. I also enrolled in 3 review centers. I had 2 tutors. And instead of preparing for 1 to 3 months, I prepared for a year bago yung UPCAT ko. So, yan. Dun sa 5 review books, galing yun sa iba't ibang review centers. Dalawa kasi yung types of review books na makikita nyo pag nagpre-prepare kayo for UPCAT. One is just concepts-based. So, basically, dinidiscuss lang sa inyo yung mga lectures, ganon. And the other naman is yung mga practice exams. So, doon talaga mahasa kung paano kayo dapat magti-take ng tests. Ayun, it's also good then to have review buddies. So, may barkada ako dati nung high school. Meron kaming group chat sa Messenger. Nag-share kami ng reviewers. Tapos, basically, sila yung naging support system ko nun. And I really suggest that you guys also do the same with your best friends. Motivate each other kasi sobrang brutal yung pag-review for the college entrance exams. There were a lot of times na nagbe-breakdown ako dun sa GC namin. As in, nung nagsascroll past ako dun sa GC namin, or siya pictures ng pag-iiyak ko kasi iniisip ko na hindi ako papasa or day before ng UPCAT, day before din ng asset, umiiyak ako. Actually, nung una, nakapost dito yung picture nun pero di ko na yun ipapakita sa inyo, guys. Ayan. Tapos, meron din akong 3 review centers. So, dun ko rin nakita na parang may iba't ibang klase ng pagtuturo sa mga review. So, may isang type of review center na puro lectures lang. Yung teacher nagsasabi sa students kung paano mag-review, ganyan. Paano mag-aral, ano yung mga lessons. Basically, parang spoon feed kayo. Tapos, merong isa naman na imimix nila. So, may lectures, tsaka meron din mga problem solving or may mga test takings dun sa review. Tapos, may last type of review center is puro test taking lang yung ipapagawa sa inyo. Walang masyadong mga lectures. So, ayun. For me though, ang pinakamaganda is a mix of both. So, nagbibigay din sana ng lectures, tsaka nagbibigay din ng mga problem sets para ma-solve. Okay. So, yun. I also had 2 tutors. So, if kaya nyo ng money nyo, ayan, I would really recommend yung mag-enroll kayo to as many review centers that you can. And if you can invest also sa sa tutors. So, ang pinaka-weakness ko kasi is math. So, ayun, doon ako pinaka nag-focus. Tapos, nag-back to the basics talaga ako sa math. Di ko na tinry isipin pa yung mga advanced na concepts. Okay. And yung usual preparation talaga for college entrance exam is 1 to 3 months. So, yung kasama na dyan yung refresher, ayun. Pero I would suggest na if too late na, syempre too late na. Pero kung hindi pa, I suggest talaga 1 year kayo mag-prepare. Kasi isipin nyo, out of 100,000, mga 11,000 lang yung ina-admit ng UP. And yung mga kakompetensya nyo equally as smart and as gifted as you guys. So you really need all of the leverage that you can get. So, ayun, that's what I did. I suggest you guys also do the same. If you can invest so much time and money and all of your resources talaga for this, you should. Kasi sobrang laking bagay kung saan ka nag-aral, at least here in the Philippines. Especially siguro if you want to go into certain industries. May certain industries kasi talaga na very particular which school you went to. So, yun. I would suggest be very um mag-invest talaga, basically. Diyan. Okay. And so after nyong makapag-prepare, let's say day of the exam na. Ito yung mga tips ko. So number one, kung hindi nyo alam yung sagot sa isang question, just make an educated guess. So based yan sa stock knowledge nyo, kung ano sa tingin nyo yung um, kung ano sa tingin nyo yung closest answer. Kasi I assure you guys, hindi lahat ng tao alam kung ano yung isasagot dyan. At least ako, hindi ko alam kung anong isasagot ko sa specific questions nung UPCAT ko. Laser technique. So, ang ginagawa, kapag may questions talaga na hindi ka talaga sure kung ano yung isasagot, ganun, I would suggest, pumili ka ng isang letter. So, nung asset ko, nung UPCAT ko, ang pinili kong letter is B for bahala na. So, yun yung mga shinade ko sa, yun yung shinade ko dun sa questions na hindi talaga ako sure. Kasi it's better din na may malagay ka na sagot kesa na hindi mo siya, parang i-leave mo siya as blank. Alam ko sa UPCAT parang may 1/4 wrong, may ganong system na kapag mali ka, mas malaki yung i-deduct sa'yo. Pero at least for me, what worked is sinagutan ko talaga lahat kahit hindi talaga ako sure. And mas maganda kasi yung laser technique na pipili ka lang ng one letter kasi likely yung isa dun sa mga hula mo, tatama siya. Instead na kung scramble mo siya na A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Yan. Tapos, if you don't know how to answer a question right away, skip it, then come back to it later. Kasi, nakikita ko talaga, especially actually sa mga matatalinong student, like, malalaki yung mga egos na, hindi, kaya ko tong sagutan. Ayaw nilang skip. Pero, it's better na basahin niyo muna, namnamin niyo siya, tapos, kapag hindi nyo kayang sagutan within like 5 to 10 seconds, skip nyo na siya. Tapos usually kapag binabalikan nyo siya, pag nasagutan nyo na lahat ng mga easy tsaka average questions, darating din sa inyo yung sagutin. Ayan, specifically for reading comprehension, basahin nyo na yung questions muna bago nyo basahin yung mismong text. Kasi sobrang haba ng text. Tapos likely, hindi nyo naman masyadong mamamarinate basically kung ano yung nabasa nyo. So better to read the questions first and then look for the answer while reading the text. And lastly, marami kasing times na nakakapag-memorize tayo, pero pagkakuha natin ng test paper, biglang magbablanko yung utak natin, di ba? So, ang suggest ko, pagkakuha nyo ng scratch paper, isulat nyo na lahat ng formulas na kailangan nyong alalahanin. Kasi, sa sobrang kaba nyo during the UPCAT, baka makalimutan nyo na. So, I guess, yun lang naman. Lahat ng mga tips ko on how to prepare for the UPCAT if you have the time. Tsaka, yan din lahat ng tips ko, I guess, on the day of the test na itself. So, good luck sa inyo guys, and I hope makapasok kayo sa dream school nyo.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Therese, for sharing your tips and tricks with all of us here today. We appreciate you giving us the opportunity to learn and, of course, to be inspired as well. I love the fact on how she highlight na it's very important for us to invest on materials, invest time and effort. If you really want to achieve something, of course, you should exert the best effort and you should give time for you to learn a lot talaga because you need to prepare for something that you really wanna achieve, right?
You know, Nicole, as a graduate or as a professional or now, it's still inspiring to see how previous scholars ng bayan prepared for the UPCAT exam. And speaking of the UPCAT exam, Kipap Learning College Entrance Review is still accepting enrollees to help you better prepare for the UPCAT exam.
Wow, actually, that's really nice because included in the program are 100 or more than 100 high quality lecture videos produced by top instructors and content creators. And it also includes more than 80 hours of live lectures conducted by the best instructors to clarify and master concepts. And it's also Nice that they have this dedicated open chat line to answer all of your questions and learn from your fellow students. There are also comprehensive handouts and lesson modules with problem sets created by esteemed UP organizations. Evaluation materials as well is available to assess and fortify your learning. Lastly, final coaching sessions for final reminders, tips, motivation, and testimonies from past passers are also available.
Oh, K-pop does have a lot to offer. And to add to that, this program is available for 6,999, but we are offering a 40% discount to all of attendees of this free UPCAT review day one. Again, 40% discount. So from 6,999, you may avail the program for only 3,999 pesos. But please do keep in mind that the slots are limited for the special discounted price, so be sure to reserve your slots now.
Yes, guys, reserve yours now and just go to bit.ly/kippopsets, KIPPAPCETS, to secure your spot and start your journey towards success with us.
Okay, so up next, we have our second speaker. He is Wenjay Sanchez. He graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering from UP Diliman and is the founder of Wisdom Academy PH. So let's all welcome Wenjay Sanchez.
Thank you, JC. Thank you, Nicole, for hosting this event. Again, I'm Wenjay. At hello din sa ating lahat na nanonood ngayon dito sa ating free UPCAT review sa K-pop Learning. Now, again, ako si Wenjay. At bago ako magsimula, may tanong muna ako sa bawat isa na nanonood ngayon. Next slide, please. Sige, next slide. Ito yung tanong ko, no? Kung nanonood ka ngayon, hawak mo yung phone mo, hawak mo yung laptop mo, o kung ano man yung hawak mo sa panonood, bakit ka nandito? Why did you decide to watch this free UPCAT review? So probably yung iba sa inyo, tingin ko lang, hindi ako. Some of you want to get to big universities. Some of you want, probably, baka gusto nyo maging engineer, maging accountant, o gusto nyo maging nurse, doctor, kung ano man yan, no? All of us, no, may dahilan kung ba't tayo nanonood ng video na to, and that's to take college entrance tests. And to proceed with my story, let's go on to our next slide. Pakilala muna ako kung sino ako. Muli ako si Wenjay Sanchez. Ang course ko sa UP ay BS Mechanical Engineering. Pero baka may ilan sa inyo dito, baka marami sa inyo ditong nanonood na hindi honor students. Meron ba dito mga hindi honor students? Yan, no? Isa ako sa mga yon, no? So kung ikaw, gaya ng sinabi kanina ni Therese, hindi porket honor student ka, yun lang yung mga makakapasok sa UP o makakapasok sa Ateneo. Dahil it takes so much, it takes diligence, it takes character to proceed and to be accepted sa best universities. Now, about me, again, BS Mechanical Engineering ang aking course. Pero before I get to BS Mechanical Engineering, I went through 2 courses. So pangatlong course ko ang BS Mechanical Engineering. So kung naghahanap kayo ng tao na normal, ng tao na nag-aral lang ng normal. Ayan, ako yun. No? And as a founder of an educational non-profit organization, what we do is that we remind students of the reasons kung bakit sila nag-aaral ng kolehiyo. So again, I'm a founder of Wisdom Academy PH, and what we do, pumupunta kami sa mga schools and we teach them tips on how to pass the UPCAT. Next slide, please. Now, ang tanong ko ngayon sa inyo, minsan maraming sa atin nagtatanong nito, ano ba dapat ang i-expect natin sa mga tests? Next slide, please. Ang bawat exam ay para pong gera. No? Sa gera, nasusugatan. So if tatakbo ka sa gera, posible kang madapa. Pero, pwede ka naman bumangon, di ba? At ang gera, hindi yan basta saglit lang. No? It takes a long time. Next slide, please. So I'm here to talk about 2 things. No? Maaasahan nyo, kapag nakinig kayong mabuti sa ibabahagi ko, ay matututunan nyo kung paano ba magwagi sa gera na ito at kung paano ba natin mapapaghandaan yung gera na to. Kasi mahirap talaga siya, guys. So next slide, please. I have 3 tips for you to win the war. 3 tips. Next slide, please. So as you take the exam, no, let's say, exam na, always have presence of mind. What does it mean to be present? It means aware ka sa kung ano yung nangyayari. Make sure to bring a watch, no? Magdala kayo ng relo at siguraduhin nyo na alam nyo kung gaano pa katagal yung time na natitira. So as you take the exam, be present. Saglit lang yun. Kaya siguraduhin nyo nagising kayo at naka-focus kayo, no? That's so one day, ang tagal nating paghahandaan ng exam. So be sure na you are focused. Be sure na you will stay focused. That's what having presence of mind is. Next slide, please. Now, ito yung, kung nabanggit nyo kanina yung mga technical na advice ni Therese, ito yung isa sa mga yon. Choose your battles wisely, no? Kapag may nakita ka, sabi niya kanina, no, you make an educated guess kapag may nakita kang mahirap na question. Now, I have something for you that you might consider. Kapag nakita mong may mahirap na question, skip it. Skip it for now. Kasi pwede mo yung balikan. No? Manage your time wisely. If you see na yung isang question, mukhang mahirap, balikan mo yun mamaya. May oras pa mamaya. Unahin mo lahat ng madadali para marami kang oras pagdating sa dulo na nasagutan mo na lahat ng alam mo. Okay, clear? You have limited time, no? So know when to skip questions. Kasi pwede mo naman silang balikan. Next slide, please. And ito, napakagandang advice na ito. At maririnig nyo ito paulit-ulit sa iba't ibang speakers. Elimination of choices. When you see na may 4 choices, wala kang clue. Wala kang masyadong clue kung ano yung tamang sagot. Tingnan mo yung mga siguradong maling-maling choice. Kasi merong mga obvious dyan na choice na mali talaga. So eliminate that. And every time you eliminate one choice, tumataas lalo yung chances of victory mo. Statistically speaking, di ba? Kapag sigurado ka na yung isang choice mali, edi paghuhula ka dun sa tatlong natitira, mas may chance ka, di ba? So, eliminate the bad choices. Again, balik tayo ng dalawang slide. Balik tayo, guys. Isa pa. Again, be present, no? At tagal mong pinaghandaan ng exam, be present. Stay there. Do not sleep, okay? Next slide, please. Choose your battles wisely. And lastly, eliminate bad choices. Next slide. Now, kapag nandun ka ulit, no, kapag nandun ka na sa mismong araw ng exam, if you have this 3-point reminder na nabanggit natin, na always have the presence of mind. Choose your battles wisely and eliminate the bad choices. No? Your chances of acing the exam, your chances of winning the war will increase. So keep this in mind, no? ACE. No? Next slide. And hindi lang kasi basta ganun-ganun ang gera. No? Bago tayo pumasok sa isang gera, you don't come in unprepared. So hindi siya ganun kasimple. And ang importanteng dapat nating tandaan, no? What matters most, bago yan, balik muna tayo sa slide, sa kabilang slide, no? Preparing is what leads us to be equipped para magkaroon tayo ng mga armas na gagamitin natin sa mismong araw ng exam. Next slide, sige. Yan. Unang-una, sino ang mag-e-exam? Ang mag-e-exam ay yung katawan mo at kayo. No? So there are many aspects of our health: physical health, emotional health, mental health, spiritual health. And please do take care of yourself. Ensure na mayroon kang sapat na tulog. And this is a question na sa ilalim nung text. No? Can an athlete win crucial marathons without proper training and self-care? No? For you to win a race, for you to win the war, you need to be disciplined. And discipline requires consistency. No? So keep doing what you have to do. And that is to prepare and also don't be too harsh on yourself. You know? Be sure to train yourself and care for yourself properly. Next slide. Have the end in mind. This is very important. Some of us, of course, struggle in thinking. Minsan hindi natin alam ano ba talaga yung gusto nating kurso. Isa ako sa mga yon, no? Baka yung iba sa atin hindi rin alam ngayon kung ano yung kurso na dapat nating i-take, kung ano yung career na gusto nating kunin. Pero invest your time thinking in where you want to go. So ask yourself, where do you want to go? Ano bang course talaga yung gusto mo i-take? Gusto mo ba, sabi ko nga kanina, ano ba yan? Engineer, accountancy, biology, and so on, no? Kasi lahat ng mga profesyon na yan nag-aambag sa bansang Pilipinas na kung saan tayo nabubuhay. Kaya think what you love doing, what you can do, and consider all factors in your mind, no? Have the end in mind. Kasi having the end in mind keeps you motivated and gives you this vision of where you really want to go. Okay? Next slide, please. Ito, sabi ko, if gusto mo talagang makapunta sa big universities, you shall invest your time wisely. No? May times na magpo-procrastinate tayo. Pero alalahanan nyo, no? The more prepared you are, the higher the chances of you getting into the best universities. Next slide. And ito pinaka-importante for me, no? Along the journey, along the war, you can get lost. Posible po kayong maligaw. No? Posible kayong mapagod at mawalan ng lakas. So, if you are lost, if you don't know what to do, if you are tired, navigate with God. Why? Kasi God gives you strength. God is the source of wisdom. And so, I'm going to ask you, who do you depend on? I suggest praying to God when you get lost and when you get tired. Next slide, please. And ito ang gagawin nyo for the next months, no? Maraming technical na training. Ano ba yung mga kaaway natin sa gera? Math, science, language, and reading. Marami tayong kaaway. Ang tanong ko sa inyo, dapat ba natin katakutan yung mga kaaway natin? Dapat ba tayong manggalaiti sa math, sa science, or sa language? There is a way, no? If you know them, you can choose to see what is lovable sa math, what is lovable sa science, what is lovable sa language and reading. You get strength, no? And you'll see the reasons bakit ba ito tinuturo, no? So know them. Yun yung gagawin natin sa next weeks, no? Dito sa Kipap Learning, you get to know the intricate techniques sa math, no? Techniques sa science, techniques sa language and reading, no? Next slide, please. So each college entrance test is a war. No? Seems like a war, and you must prepare. Again, THINK. Take care of yourself. Try to have the end in mind. Invest your time wisely because the end in mind matters, right? And also navigate with God because He is the ultimate source of strength and wisdom. Lastly, know your enemies because if you know your enemies more, you get to increase the chances of being passionate in preparing for what you do. Next slide, please. Again, no, throughout the next days, I'm not sure kung gaano pa katagal yung natitirang oras para sa inyo, pero hindi siya simple kasi may panahon na madi-discourage ka, may panahon na mahirap talaga. So keep on going. Next slide, please. I'm gonna ask you again, where do you want to go? Because that's really important. I want that. Gusto ko yun yung maging takeaway nyo sa Toko ngayon. Ask yourself, where do you want to go? As I finish, no, try opening your notes, no, sa smartphone nyo. Write your dream course and write what you want to do. No? Like to say 5 years from now, what do you want to do? Because that's really important and that will drive you to where you will be. Next slide, please. Suggest you move forward and utilize every resource that you can so that you can succeed in life. So that's what I can share to you. So thank you.
That was very insightful. Thank you so much, Sir Wenjay, for that very great talk. Of course, we're extremely grateful for the knowledge that you've shared. I'd love to emphasize some of the ideas that he mentioned, especially about winning the war or the battle, right? So in order to win the war, you need to prepare for it. You need to invest your time wisely. And at the same time, don't forget to take care of yourself because you need to be healthy enough to face the war, right? So it's a really great opportunity for you guys to learn a lot here in this webinar. So I hope a lot of you are taking notes.
Yes, and we're excited to see all of you excel in the upcoming OPCAT exam. To help you prepare and increase your chances of success, we recommend availing KIPOP's full college entrance test review program at KIPOP as an excellent resource. Just like what Nicole said earlier, the program has quality lecture videos, live discussions, open chat line with instructors, handouts and modules, and lastly, the final coaching sessions.
Yes, and just go to bit.ly/kippapsets, that is KIPPAPCETS, to start learning with us and take the first step towards a successful future.
Okay, and now let's proceed to our next two speakers who are both recent passers of the 2024 UP College admission test. First off, Miguel Cuales. He is a graduate of Philippine Science High School and a recent winner of the Startup QC Student Competition. Please give a warm welcome to Miguel Cuales.
Good morning. Good evening, everyone. I'm Miguel Cuales again. If we could go to our next slide, please. Next slide, please. So again, I'm a senior today in Philippine Science High School main campus. And last year, I was able to take the ASCET and the UPCAT. And thankfully, I was able to pass both my first choices, which is Management Engineering in Ateneo and Economics in UP. Next slide, please. So my UPCAT journey last year was really hectic, no? Because our UPCAT was on June 2, which meant that it was literally just 1 week after our finals and our deadlines. This means that our entire reviewing process was during our third and fourth quarter of grade 11. And if you didn't know, grade 11 is like one of your most important grades because you really need to have, it's the last grade that's going to show up on your college applications. So you really need to get high grades in grade 11. And so we had to really, next slide, please. We really had to juggle all of our time between spending time with our friends, spending time with our family, doing our current schoolworks, and of course, studying for the UPCAT itself, right? Next slide, please. So, since you guys are very lucky to have it on August pa, and you guys still have 8 more weeks or 2 more months, please use your time wisely. Diba sabi nga ni Master Ugwe, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. And this means that please, as much as possible, try to use your each and every day counts, okay? So as much as possible, try to use each day to your advantage and try to at least allot some of your time in studying, okay? So don't be like me, don't juggle, and really know what's at stake here, okay? Because what's at stake here is a full scholarship to the best university in our country, okay? And to really be able to pass the UPCAT, you need to have the UPCAT mindset. So next slide, please. Next slide, please. So if you've ever competed in any competition before, may it be in athletics, in math, in any academics, you know how much it takes to train. You know how much you need to have that discipline. You need to have that diligence. You need to have that dedication to training, to becoming better at what you do. And with this, you need to treat UPCAT like a competition itself. Next slide, please. So like our previous speakers mentioned, over 100,000 people take the UPCAT every single year. And only 10 to 15% of them actually are able to pass, which means over 100,000 people every single year compete for that spot to be able to go to UP. Next slide, please. So with that said, let's get some tips. Next slide, please. So my first tip is to take a lot of mock exams. Now, the mock exam is the most similar form of practice to the actual exam itself, because you're taking tests that are likely to show up in the actual exam itself, or at least similar questions, right? So next slide, please. The way I did it last year was, firstly, I did the pretest to be able to see which parts of the test I would score low on. Second, I did the question and answer method. And thirdly, I just kept on taking a lot of mock tests. So next slide, please. What is the question and answer method? So firstly, how I did this was I had the question sheet and I had its corresponding answer sheet. Now you may ask yourself, why would you do that? No, because you already have the questions and you already have the answer. So what's the point? Well, if you have the question and the answer, then what you're trying to get from this method is the solution. So what I would do is I would have the question sheet, and then I would have the corresponding answer sheet, and then I wouldn't go to the next question until I understood the solution of each question. So next slide, please. So for example, in this question, log 3 of x plus 6 is equal to 2 plus log 3 of x minus 2. So you have the question and you have the answer. Pero what if you don't know how to actually get what if you don't actually know how to get the answer? Then you're just going to be guessing each question, right? So next slide, please. So the way you should go about this is, firstly, of course, since what type of question is it? It's a logarithm question. You study the laws of logarithms. You try the actual sample question for yourself and try to get a solution where you get the same answer. And then you try similar questions. And once you're able to get the similar questions, you then move on to the next question and do the same. So sorry, next slide, please. Next slide, please. So for the actual mock exams, I recommend you do one full exam every single week. And this one full exam means you take the full 5-hour exam. So the full 4 subsets with no phone, with no breaks, and only snacks, scratch, and pencil. And the reason for this is that you want to be able to really copy the actual experience of taking the UPCAT at home. Okay? So this means, ayun nga, you do the full 5 hours, you do all 4 subsets without any phone, without any breaks, and you only keep your snacks, scratch, and pencil. So next slide, please. My second tip is to spend an equal amount of time studying each subset. Next slide, please. So in the UPCAT, you have 4 subsets, no? The language proficiency, science, and then math, and then reading comprehension in that order. So in my experience, a lot of my friends, and even myself, we usually spent a lot of time studying on science or math because they're the ones with like really wide coverages. But the reason why you should spend an equal amount of time in each one is because in the end of the day, that's how much each one is gonna be. That's each subset of the exam is gonna have the same amount to show on your grade, right? So 25% of the exam is language proficiency, 25% is science, and so on. So you have to really spend the same amount of review on each subset. Next slide, please. So in the actual test itself, these are the ones that I found most common in my experience last year. So for science, we had in chemistry your nomenclature, your periodic table trends, and just some basic stoichiometry. For bio naman, we had like the taxonomy, so that's the naming of the actual animals. We had photosynthesis, and we also had anatomy. So in anatomy, I remember specifically, there were a lot of like things for digestive, respiratory, and circulatory systems. And in physics, actually last year, is really unfortunate because I don't think there were that much of physics questions in the UPCAT last year. And it is really unfortunate because a lot of my friends and I, that's where we specialized. But if there is physics, most likely it's going to be kinematics. So that's what I recommend to study. Next slide, please. For math, it's going to be your basic algebra questions. So there's a lot of factoring, there's a lot of lots of exponents, there's basic trigonometry. But yeah, so the trigonometry is very basic. It's just, it doesn't go more than SOHCAHTOA. And then there's geometry, there's triangles, angles, areas, and volumes. There's a lot of logarithms. And then there's the percent, decimal, and fraction. Now for math, a lot of it will be like fundamental questions. So there won't be anything too complex, but you'll need to be really fast because these questions, you need to be able to solve them in 1 minute or less. Next slide, please. Now for language proficiency and reading comp, there's English and Filipino, and most of them are usually just grammar, order of sentences, spot the error, and summary of the text. Now for vocabulary, I recommend that you read more articles and find synonyms of words that you usually say. So like find any word that you say all the time, and then like just search up synonym of this word, synonym of that word, and then try to really expand your vocabulary a lot more. Next slide, please. Now for the UPCAT day itself, next slide, please. Don't leave any question blank. I heard this a lot in from previous teachers where they said that even though UPCAT is has the right minus wrong feature, a lot of people tend to leave it blank because they're scared of that. But statistically, you shouldn't. Okay, next slide, please. Because let's say you have 100 questions, right? And then you guess 100 questions. Since you have a 1/4 chance of getting it correct, if you guess 100 questions, you'll get 25 of them right, and you'll get 75 of them wrong. But next slide, please. Since the upcut is right minus 1/4 of the wrong, it'll be, next slide, please, 25, which is the ones you got right, minus 1/4 of 75, which will still be 6.25, which means that for every 10 questions that you do, if you leave it blank, you won't get any score. But if you at least guess, you'll get 0.625 points per 10 questions. Okay, next slide, please. So for some strategies on upcut day itself, I recommend firstly is to get your full 10 hours of sleep. And this is so important because last year I was really paranoid to study really hard. And I ended up not getting that much sleep. And this really hurt me in the reading comprehension specifically. Like I was reading the text and then I started to fall asleep. And then suddenly I was dreaming of the text that I was reading. So it's really bad if you don't have sleep because it's gonna hurt you a lot more than what you use the time for. So don't ever cram study, just use that full 10 hours of sleep. And then secondly is to look at the possible answers first. So this helps a lot, especially in reading comprehension, where if you're usually doing a text, right, you don't read the full text first. You look at the questions and then you look at the possible answers. So you try to look for what they're asking for within the text itself. And then thirdly is don't spend more than 1 minute in each question. So this one also hurt me during the upcut itself because there's one question where I was really solving it, and then little did I know I already spent 2 minutes. I already spent 2 minutes in one question. After I finished the solving, yung sagot ko wala pa siya sa multiple choice. So I just wasted 2 minutes, which I could have spent in questions that I knew how to get. Because in the upcut, there's going to be questions that you can know how to answer, and there's going to be questions that you don't know how to answer. And since there's a time limit, you'd best spend your time on the ones that you know how to answer rather than the ones that where you're just guessing. So if you are gonna guess nga, like the previous speaker said, take an educated guess through elimination. So try to eliminate as many as possible and leave your guesses to around 2 or 3. So, and of course, my final one is to never leave anything blank, as I just said. So, and then if none of these work, next slide, please. My last strategy is to just pray. Because when nobody's going to help you, God will. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miguel, for your inspiring words and valuable tips. It was really enlightening. I also love the fact that he was able to highlight different strategies whenever you're taking an exam or whenever you're taking the test already, to have enough sleep because we don't want to fall asleep during the exams. And of course, to also prepare a lot when it comes to allotting specific time for different subjects to study, familiarize yourself with the topics that will show up in the exams, and always invest time, of course, on strategizing whenever you are going to take the test.
Okay, so yes, so now join the ranks of our successful instructors who have aced their exams and gained admission to top colleges and universities. Don't miss out on this opportunity to secure your future. Our slots are filling up fast, so sign up now. Just go to bit.ly/kpopsets to sign up and take the first step towards your academic success.
Yes, and now let's go and welcome our final speaker. Let's call on JC Villafuerte. He is a graduate of Ateneo de Manila High School and a recent passer of the 2024 UPCAT.
Hey, hello guys. Just making sure kung narinig man ako hindi. Am I heard naman? Alright, that's great to hear. So, muli, hello. Ako po si John Christian V. Villafuerte, or JC for short. And I'm here to talk about some tips and tricks on how to pass the UPCAT, like the other three speakers before me. So next slide. Let's take a look at the overview of what the talk is going to essentially be. So I'm going to start off with a quick introduction kung sino nga ba talaga ako, what are some other credentials, and what are my goals after passing the UPCAT. Susunod naman ay yung outline ng entire application schedule ninyo, or what will it look like. Next are some considerations and factors that will affect your acceptance or rejection into the school. And syempre, most importantly, yung mga tips na pwede kong ma-share sa inyo and my own personal experience on paano pumasa sa UPCAT. So let's go to the next slide and allow me to introduce myself really quickly. Hello, ako let's say John Christian Villafuerte, JC for short. Isa po akong estudyante ng Ateneo de Manila Senior High School. I was there for 6 years, 4 years in junior high, and 2 years in the STEM strand. I was also a 9-year student sa Claret School of Quezon City. At ngayon, isa po akong incoming freshman for the UP Manila campus with a course on BS Physical Therapy. Throughout my education, ay nga honor awardee ako in elementary. When I transferred, I didn't really have honors, pero I managed to pick the pace up in senior high and became semestral honors there. Apart from that, I was also involved in a lot of co-curriculars and extracurricular activities. Isa akong org vice president for the grade 12 music industry organization at isa rin ako member for the San Antonio Claret Choir. And as for my experience, I took the UPCAT, DCAT, ASET, and USTET, and I passed 3 of those. Unfortunately, I fell short sa USTET with a course on medical technology. I passed the UPCAT with PT, and then for DCAT, it was animal biology, and for ASET, it was environmental sciences. Now enough about me, let's talk about the overall layout of the UPCAT. The 3 previous speakers talked about yung mga steps getting there, and I'll also talk about that in a more logistical sense. I checked the UPCAT site, and it said that application started on April 15 this year, with the exam itself being held later in the year, which is around August. The UPCAT, as always, will cover 4 different subtests. Language, na may English tsaka Filipino. Reading, na may English tsaka Filipino din. Tapos science and mathematics. Palagi naman talagang 2 araw yung UPCAT, at sa bawat araw, 2 set siya. Isa sa umaga, isa sa tanghali. In my case, I was a day 1 first set student. So it was really pressuring for me, which I'll talk about in a bit. Upon application, the university will also ask you to visit the campus or satellite locations to get your physical test permit. Tapos ibibigay din sa'yo yung location ng testing venue ninyo. Examples are Palma Hall, and in my case, the UP Integrated School, mayroong Melchor Hall at saka Benitez Building. Tsaka kinuha ko rin sa Facebook ng TIPAP yung some of the requirements that are needed to pass before ka makakuha ng test permit mo. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Let's now talk about some of the considerations and factors that are going to affect your entrance into the school. It's a 40% UPG and a 60% UPCAT grade. Ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng UPG? Well, ang UPG is just a fancy term na ginawa ng UP para sabihin na ito yung grades ninyo nung high school, also known as your scholastic records. Sa mga nagtatanong kung aling grades tinitignan yung mga grado mo, well, it's from grade 8 mula grade 8 hanggang grade 11. So next naman is the 60% UPCAT grade. Ito yung raw score na nakuha ninyo sa UPCAT mismo. So ibang grading system nila kumpara sa ibang Big 4 schools. For Ateneo, De La Salle at saka sa USTE, yung grading system nila is correct answer is 1 point and wrong answer is 0 points. No answer is 0 points as well. Pero sa UP, your wrong answers will have a deduction to your raw score. So just keep that in mind. All right, next. We're also talking about few more different considerations. The first one is your local. Let's go to the next slide. Your local means kung nasaan ka. This refers to the distance the applicant's home is to their target campus. So upon your acceptance into UP, the administration will offer you the choice of financial aid and travel finances. Example, I have a friend from Visayas who passed UPCAT, and she was granted travel aid to attend the school in UP Diliman. Other considerations are also your notable awards. Tatanungin ka nun. Say mga honor awards mo, national awards, Olympiad medals, if you have, and yung mga extracurricular activities, they can all boost your chances of being accepted into UP. Now, hindi naman ibig sabihin na kailangan may honors ka, kailangan mag-national awards ka. Absolutely not. It's just going to like practically help you talaga. Tatanungin din of course sa inyo yung income of your family as well as your ancestral history with the campus. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Ibig sabihin nito, may mga kamag-anak ka ba na nag-graduate ng UP? And if so, what was their highest maintained grade there, or nag-cum laude ba sila or hindi? Things like that. So just keep that in mind. Sige, so let's go to the next slide, which I think already talks about my experience. Siguro, like Miguel, UPCAT season for me was incredibly pressuring for two main factors. One was the fact na it was the very first UPCAT that would take place pagkatapos ng pandemya. So, ibig sabihin na kami yung pinakaunang batch in a long time, mga 2 or 3 years, to take the UPCAT itself. Second is the fact that the test took place much earlier than any of the other sets. While DLSU, Ateneo, UST, PUP, and UANP had their tests in the late 2020 until early 2024, UP had their UPCAT on mga early June, so mga June 3 and 4 of 2023. Yung studying ko rin sa Ateneo was at an all-time high since it was our last few weeks ng grade 11, meaning na hell week, every other week bale. And in my case, I attended the review center every Saturday for 4 to 5 hours straight. Tapos, pagkatapos nun ay uuwi ako, tapos mag-aaral na naman for exams afterwards. It will most certainly be stressful, even for you. But I think naman it will be incredibly rewarding once you get in. The exam itself was of adequate difficulty. This was also under the impression na nag-aral ako ng gusto. Given that I studied and practiced items that were similar to the ones asked during UPCAT, it kind of hardwired my brain to take the necessary steps in answering questions efficiently. There were different questions that I was pretty much careless of talaga due to time constraints. But for the most part, the questions could be answered in their theoretical time about it. Okay. Next, and I think this is the most important part of my talk, is some tips and tricks. Nabanggit na rin naman to ng tatlong mga speakers kanina, pero I just want to have my own say in this. First off is to be resourceful. That means that you use every single viable possibility for you to make sure na kilala mo talaga yung UPCAT, gaya nga ng sinabi ng previous speakers. That means that you are going to ask your upper batches about their experiences and the questions that were asked. Tanongin mo sila kung gaano kadalas tinatanong yung particular question or gaano kadalas yung particular phrase na tinatanong. Some certain examples of that is sa language. Ilang beses tinatanong yung antonym ng isang salita. Sa reading, ilang questions yung nagtatanong ng main idea ng isang specific paragraph. Sa science, ilang percentage ng test mismo ay physics-related questions. And sa math, how many of them are algebra-related questions or trigonometry-based? And ba't nga ba natin ito ginagawa? Well, it's going to help you gauge. Tinutulungan ka na itong matansya yung mga questions na kailangan mo talagang i-practice. And I don't think you're going to have that much of a difficult time asking your upper batches about this since your seniors or yung mga mas nakakatanda sa'yo, they will remember their most madudugong questions. Right? Next is review center. I mean, kung kaya talaga, review centers will give you resources that are very, very similar to the questions and lessons asked in UPCAT. Usually, they also talk to the UPCAT takers and get insight on the items that show up frequently. Actually, yun yung ginagawa ng KEPAP right now. They talk to a lot of the UP takers and try to gain insight on what are the necessary steps and tricks that you have to know in order for them talaga to help their enrollees in passing the UPCAT. And of course, hindi naman talaga minsan it's not really in our budget or in our time to be in a review center. An alternative here is to study on your own. And this is where discipline comes really big. What I did kasi was every Saturday there was 4 to 5 hours of learning, and after that pa, I allotted siguro mga 2 hours per day in order for me to study for the UPCAT itself. Now, if you add that up, that's kind of 8 hours plus 4 hours of review center, so that's 12 hours. 12 hours per week, and I think kaya naman yun. If you can do it for siguro 3 to 4 months, I think that would be adequate enough to face the challenges of the UPCAT itself. Next, please. Some of the next few tips is to enjoy the grind. Next slide, please. This is your one-way ticket to becoming an ISCO or ISCA. Sulitin natin sana ang mga oras na nakalaan para sa atin. This is also, siguro, medyo outrospective na to, but it is one of the best ways of securing your own life and probably your own family's lives. Do it for them, but most importantly, do it for you and do it for God. And siguro one of the best things that I've told myself before taking the UPCAT was chillax lang. Wag ka masyadong malula, kasi malulula ka talaga. You'll be met with a never-ending line of applicants and test takers, with only a very small fraction of them being accepted. Ako nung pumunta ako sa UPIS, alas 5, so mga 5 o'clock ako, nakapila na. And alongside me were about 80 plus other people waiting to get in. So malulula ka talaga when you imagine that there were other multiple places sa campus that had the exact same line, just waiting for a shot to write things on a questionnaire and try to actually get into UP. So what you have to do there is to siguro talaga adopt a winner's mentality, that ikaw mismo, that you the test taker are part of that very, very small fraction na papasok sa UP, assuming that you studied well for it. Do your best talaga. Iwasan ng paghuhula. In my personal opinion, iwasan ng paghuhula kapag hindi talaga alam ang sagot. As in, pag blankong-blanko na talaga ang utak mo, try not to go for a Hail Mary and wait for one of your answers to land. Kasi there is still a high possibility that, it's not gonna work. Pero, again, gaya nga ng sinabi ng mga previous speakers, please guess wisely na lang. Right? So, finally, is some parting words. So, let's go to the next slide. Make this opportunity worthwhile. Kaya nga nang sinabi ko kanina, isang beses lang kayo makaka-take ng UPCAT. So, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, I want you to form the future with the present gifted to you in this very moment. Okay? Every second, every hour counts. Absolutely. It absolutely does. Right? And, sometimes things may not go the way we intended it to. But that's okay. People keep on saying that rejection equals redirection, right? And sometimes that really is the case. For me, if I would like to open up, I didn't really expect myself to be a UP student. I actually wanted to be in UST, and for UST to be the only university to reject me, it kind of did hurt. But now I realized that this is a blessing that I'm absolutely thankful for, right? Sometimes you may feel like nakakapagod, and the school might think of you as a mere statistic, but always remember that there are people that don't think of you as a statistic. You yourself shouldn't think of yourself as a statistic. You have your family who are there to support you, and I hope you know that you have what it takes to absolutely be an ISCO and an ISCA. Ika nga ng isang Chinese proverb, teachers may open the door, but students must enter themselves. So with that, I would like to wish you good luck. Padayon mga ISCO at ISCA. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, JC. That was a wonderful talk. He was able to highlight how we should be resourceful, no? If ever we will be taking the exams, we should, of course, not just prepare for it, but at the same time, to enjoy the process. Just trust the process, enjoy the grind, but at the same time, um, be aware that you should prepare for it, no? Like invest in review centers because it's good to have support system, especially in academics, right? It's good to have people that can guide you and can help you as well if ever you want to take the certain entrance exam for your desired universities. All right, that was a very insightful talk. Thank you so much once again, JC.
Yes. So yes, Nicole. So all the tips actually and the knowledge shared by our speakers today have been like so helpful, like even for me. So working. So now for all the students who joined us who would like to help you in the upcoming UPCAT, you can start signing up for our full college entrance exam review. And at Kipop, we make learning fun, accessible, flexible, and convenient. Again, there are only few slots left, so click on the sign up link and let the full learning experience begin. Okay, now, as a token of our appreciation to our speakers, K-Pop Learning Corp would like to present each of our speakers with certificates.
The Pop Learning Corp presents the Certificate of Appreciation to Ms. Therese Sandoval in recognition of their outstanding contribution as a speaker at the KIPAP Free UPCAT Review 2024, held to assist students in their preparations for the University of the Philippines College Admission Test, or UPCAT. Your valuable insights and expertise have significantly enhanced the learning experience for our participants. We deeply appreciate your commitment to education and your dedication to helping students succeed in their academic endeavors. Presented this on the 1st of June 2024. Let's move forward to the next certificate. Next certificate of appreciation is awarded to Wen J. Sanchez, also in recognition for their outstanding contribution as a speaker at the KIPAP Free UPCAT Review 2024. Next is another certificate of appreciation that is proudly presented to Miguel Cuales in recognition of their outstanding contribution as a speaker at the KIPAP Free UPCAT Review 2024. And lastly, we have this certificate of appreciation proudly presented to JC Villaferte in recognition of their outstanding contribution as well for being a speaker at the KIPAP Free UPCAT Review 2024. All right. So that has been our Free UPCAT review day one, but I guess a lot of people also ask questions, no? So we were able to see some questions that was sent a while ago. So for the next portion of our program, we will now entertain some questions that our audience may have for our guests.
So you can send your questions to our speakers by going to slido.com, slido.com, and using the code, as you can see on the screen, 1136420. So the Slido link can also be found on the comments, and you may use the QR code presented on your screens.
All right, I think we're ready for our first question. No, so this one is one of the top questions on Slido. So this is anonymous, but it has the most number of likes for this question. What books can you recommend po for those na nagsa-self-review? Again, what books can you recommend po for those na nagsa-self-review? I think this can be answered by Ms. Therese.
Yeah, actually, marami naman dyan na mga libro. para sa mga gustong mag self-review. Though as you can see naman dun sa presentation ko kanina, I strongly recommend against it na mag self-review. But if you really must, ayun nga, you can you can also enroll actually and avail a self-review package dun sa Kipap. So just go to bit.ly/kipupsets. May self-review package kami doon. So we will provide you guys with modules, evaluations, and mock exams. And kompleto na siya. Hindi siya katulad ng mga review books na nabili ko dati. Kasi all-in-one na yung ginawa namin na self-review package. Yung review books kasi na binili ko before, either puro explanations lang siya or puro questions and then answers lang siya. Tapos walang explanation ng answers. So, ayun, sa mga gusto mag self-review, I would highly recommend you guys to avail our package na self-review package para naman talagang matulungan namin kayo and hindi na kayo mahirapan. Lalo na marami kasing mga review books dyan na outdated na. And ang maganda din kasi dun sa self-review package na ginawa namin, it was made with the help of different esteemed UP organizations. So rest assured talaga na very high quality. Hindi lang hindi lang a few UP students yung gumawa ng self-review package namin. So, ayun, I'd recommend you guys to go there. Mura siya. So, mas mura siya kaysa dun sa package namin na full review. So, if you get the self-review package, that's just 1,999. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Therese. Again, the program will offer handouts and modules. So just one of many things that Kipap can offer. Now for the second question. With currently 59 upvotes, where can we take mock exams po? Yeah.
Again, ang maganda nga dun sa self-review package namin is marami kaming mock exams na mapro-provide you guys. So, ayun, you can take it with us. Yeah, you can take mock exams by availing our package dun sa bit.ly/kipupsets.
All right, thank you so much. I think we can have a few more questions. We have here a question from Isha. Sabi ng 2019 UPCAT passer, may essay raw po sa exam. Totoo po ba yon? Also, required po ba na may solving ka sa scratch paper? So, I think one of our instructors or one of our speakers can answer. You may turn on your microphone.
Hello. For us last year, there was no essay in our UPCAT, and for sorry, what is the other question?
Required ba na merong solving sa scratch paper?
Oh no. It's not required at all. The only thing that will count is the actual answer on the answer sheet. So that's the only thing that will count. Your scratch, it won't be recorded.
Okay, so thank you, Miguel. So again, Miguel is a recent passer of the 2024 UPCAT admission test. So for the next question, may specific score po ba to pass a course? So for our speakers, you can just turn on your mic and speak.
Wala namang specific score actually to pass sa UPCAT. You just really have to score high. Yun kasi yun limited yung slots. So essentially, isipin nyo na kalaban nyo yung peers nyo. So even if, so let's say, may 100 na slots. Tapos may 100, tapos 200 yung nag-take. So may 100 na nakascore ng 99. And then yung pang 101 na score niya is 98. Essentially, sobrang taas nun, di ba? Like 99 out of 100 or 98 out of 100. Pero, yung first 100 lang, naka 99 dun sa UPCAT, tsaka na mataas yung grades, yung makakapasok. So, ganun nyo siya isipin na it's really you guys competing against your peers. Yeah, so walang specific score to pass.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Therese. I think the next question is related to that. May pinagbabasehan po ba na grades o pinagbabasehan po ba ang grades sa pagpili ng course? If low ang grade sa math, lower po ba ang chance na piliin ang course na incline dito?
Hindi naman. Kasi, to be honest guys, mababa grade ko sa Okay. Tsaka, parang yun yung pinakamababa ko um, sa buong grades ko nung high school. Tsaka yun din yung pinakamababa ko dun sa CAT exam. Pero, nakapasok ako sa industrial engineering. So, heavy yun sa math, 'di ba? So, yun. Tingin ko medyo nahatak siya actually ng reading comprehension ko tsaka language and Filipino. Okay. So, wala naman siyang correlation. Don't worry.
Thank you, Mr. Reese. So this question is asked by an anonymous. What do we need to bring when taking the UPCAT? Like my requirements po ba? Or only the necessities and the test permits? Thank you po.
Hello. For us last year, the only thing that was really required was the actual test permit and your ID. But aside from that, of course, it's going to be your own pencil, your own eraser, snacks. But yeah, I think the only thing that really was required was the test permit and your ID.
All right, thank you. I think we're down to our last question for tonight. So we have here another question for Kuya Miguel. So where does he find his mock exams po, and can he recommend some websites or links if ever? And then related to that is, if napakarami po ng formulas from math to chem to physics, ano ang tips para sa pag-aaral nito?
Okay. So for the mock exams, I usually got them like I got them online. So of course, like there's a lot that you can choose from. One of them is of course Keep Up, and for the second question, there's a lot of equations. That's really relatable now. I also had a hard time memorizing all of them, but I guess for that one, it's really just practice. Because I mean, what else can you really say? Like there really is a lot of equations, and you won't be able to. I can't really tell you to like just memorize a few of them. You really have to be familiar with the actual tests themselves and just keep practicing and practicing, and eventually like you really will be able to take the test comfortably.
All right, I think we can still have one more question, no? Okay, one more question. JC, do you have a question?
Yeah, so it's actually related to what Miguel has said. Let me just find the question. This is for those students who struggles to memorize formulas or you just like hate formulas. So, napakarami po ng mga formulas from math to chem, physics. Huhu. Ano po tips para malaman lahat? Do you guys have any tips?
I think Sir Wenjay can answer that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So yung question was about ano may juggle, ang daming formula sa science, ang daming formula sa math, physics specifically, chemistry specifically. So I want to emphasize yung sinabi ni Miguel. Miguel ba yung sabi? Si Miguel, you do practice. Pero before you do practice, it may be helpful. Kasi halimbawa, if you avail sa resources ng KIPAP, no? Say you have those resources, get index cards. And then, i-group nyo yung specific topics. For example, physics. Write all formulas dun sa isang index card. And now you have specific index cards for each, let's say for each subtopic. And then you go practice with open notes. You do practice again and again. Emphasize ko ulit yung sinabi ni Miguel. Once na gamay nyo na yung paggamit dun sa formulas, kilalang-kilala nyo na yung formulas, actually, hindi mo na siya kailangan specifically i-memorize kasi alam mo na siyang gamitin. Yun yung maipapaya ko for my end.
All right, thank you so much. There's this one question that I saw lang. I think this can be for Sir JC, the last speaker. What are the questions that you considered as madugo during your taking of the UPCAT?
Okay, so some of the questions na talagang madugo, actually surprisingly, it's not yung physics kasi gaya nga ng sinabi ni Miguel, medyo unti nga lang talaga yung mga tanong ng physics. So, as a biology-centered student, sobrang saya ko nun. And it's also not, I don't think it was also chemistry. Kasi stoichiometry was, basic stoichiometry. Again, sabi ni Miguel, was basic stoichiometry. One of the things talaga, to be honest, it was reading comprehension. There were siguro 7+ things you had to read in the entire subtest. And they were all extensive. Like, bawat reading was siguro 1 to 2 pages long. And kailangan diskartehan mo talaga siya. Alamin kung paano mo i-approach yung mga questions. Siguro, I think a lot the speakers would agree with me in saying na basahin mo na yung mga questions bago talagang basahin yung text para malaman mo kung ano yung mga common themes that are going to show up when it came to those questions. And siguro if you do that, mas madadalian kayo sa pagsagot at saka planchado na lahat ng mga masaspot mong details that you think are important in, once again, answering those questions. So yeah, keep your eye out for those sorts of questions.
To add to that pala, sorry, just to interject.
Go
Kasi
lang.
for the question before that, ayun nga, since there's a lot of mga formulas ganun, one way pala you can really remember them is try to figure out why the formulas are that way in the first place. Like for example, sa physics, it's really good to know yung parang for example sa kinematic equations, diba? Once you find out na this equation is actually the integral of this, and then this equation is actually just the integral of this, you'll be able to really figure out, or not really have to memorize, but as long as you know like how to do calculus or how to derive or how to integrate, you'll be able to get like the next equation.
All right, thank you so much for all of your answers. I think that concludes our Q&A portion and our event for this evening. Thank you so much for all of our participants and for our speakers as well. Thank you so much for the insightful talk.
Ay, hello. Yan.
So, but before part ways, let us hear a few announcements from Engineer Eman Perez, the founder of K-pop Learning.
Okay, hello guys. So just a few announcements. So this is just day 1 of our free UPCAT review. So for the next sessions, which will happen next week, Friday and Saturday, we're gonna hold it sa ating Facebook group. Okay? So if you can kindly join, scan this QR code, or if you can type in sa Facebook search bar ng K-pop College Entrance Community. So pasok lang kayo doon, and then doon natin i-hold yung Facebook Live for next sessions. Also, announcement lang, we will be holding a raffle So all you have to do is follow our page, of course, and then leave us a review sa Facebook. And we will choose two lucky students who will get free enrollment sa ating Kipap full program. Yan. So if you can again, the mechanics is you just need to follow our page, like our page, and then leave us a review. Okay? And then lastly is, ayun nga, we do have a full program for you guys. This is down from 6,999. Pero this is only for a few slots, yung 3,999 na price. So you can enroll sa ating dito sa QR code na to, and you can also type in this bit.ly/kipap sets. And ayan, makikita nyo din doon yung schedule ng program and yung program inclusions. Okay? So, yun lang. Thank you guys, JC and Nicole.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for those who attended. Our next session is on June 7, 2024, and we will be discussing mathematics. Once again, don't forget to go to bit.ly/kipapsets and sign up for Kipap's free review program. So don't forget to scan the QR code as well para makasama pa namin kayo on our next live session. We are here to guide and help you throughout your UPCAT review journey. Thank you so much, everyone. See you next week, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.